Okay, since it's the off season, too cold to work on the car, I thought I'd throw in a different video here. I'm going to be working on my Sony Ps-Lx520 linear tracking turntable. I brought it out of storage so I can play some LPs again, and what's happening is the Tonearm doesn't want to move. I'm pressing a button here. And then what it is actually belt driven, and the belt's just old, stretched out. Turntable's what, maybe 25 years old. So I bought got some belts from TurntableNeedles.com, real cheap. Free shipping if you got 2 of them, so total price was $6. Can't beat that. I'll put a link below to the actual item at the site. So let's get started. Okay, first thing you want to do, make sure you have your, hopefully you still have your cover for your cartridge protecting it. Take off the mat, and then you'll want to remove the platter because we're going to be turning this upside down. Okay, I left the dust cover on when I turned it upside down, and there's 9 screws you have to remove. They're marked with a little arrow on there. I don't know if you can see it there. Those are the 9 you want to remove, and then this bottom should come right off. Okay, the cover's off, and you'll see in the upper left-hand corner, that's where the belt is on the motor and pulley. And there's a close-up shot of the motor and pulley. And I'm just going to take my little hook here, and I'm going to remove the belt from there, and I'll put the new one on. Here's a close-up shot of the belt and pulley. And I'm just going to remove the old belt. Turntable Needles includes an alcohol swab with it for you to clean the 2 pulleys inside. Though they actually look pretty clean, and there's lithium grease on the gears there, and actually still, after 25 years, still looks clean, and actually doesn't look bad. I may put an extra dab on there just to be safe. And here we see the 2 belts next to each other. Obviously the new one is round. The old one is not only somewhat hardened, but it's also misshapen, and I think what was happening is when it would get into that gully there, it would just sit there and spin and not move. Okay, I got my new belt on. Makes a big difference. Actually get movement, and we'll put some lithium grease on. I noticed that, well, be careful as you're working, because like that spring there, they have it covered with lithium grease. Wound up all over my arm. I think they put the grease on there just to damp vibrations. You also notice grease is there and up in there. Now that's because as this shuttles across, as the Tonearm moves, I imagine that these wires get dragged, or as it retracts, the spring will pull the wires back in under the turntable. So I guess I'll smear a little bit of grease onto there and then close it up. Okay, that's that. Make sure all wires are tucked down so nothing gets pinched, and then we'll put the bottom back on. Okay, it's plugged back in, and now is the moment of truth. Let's see. We have movement. That seems to have done the job. I think, let's see, there's a rail up there. Looks like, I think this gets oiled, so I'll put a little bit of tri-flow onto there. Yeah, I can feel a little bit of oil on there. Not sure on that, but I'll look. But this thing should work just fine now. Okay, now I also use some tri-flow on a Q-tip. First I took a strip of paper towel and I wrapped it around the shaft that the arm rides on and pulled it back and forth, rubbed that shaft down real well, and then I took a Q-tip, with some tri-flow and just wiped a light coating across there, and then moved the arm back, and as you can see, it runs. It wasn't quite as smooth before I oiled that rail, and now it is just super smooth, and the belt did the trick. Everything's running fine. It did run fine before I oiled the rail. I did test it out, but you could hear the motor, and it sounded like the motor was really trying to move it. And once I oiled that rail, it just, the motor, you can hear the motor a little bit, but before it was straining, and you could hear variations in the pitch of the motor as it moved. But now I think it's as good as new. So I hope this video I hope you found this video helpful. Good luck with fixing your turntable. Like I said, this isn't anything that's normally on my website, but when I was trying to learn how to fix this, it seemed like there was a need. So good luck, and thanks for watching.